China is on the verge of experiencing an imminent economic downturn. As a matter of fact, this is a very shocking slump in its global economic race, and it can't help but make us wonder if BRI, the Belt and Road Initiative, is failing. The Centerpiece Belt and Road Initiative, a multi-billion-dollar effort by China to finance ports, roads, and other vital infrastructure all across the world, will celebrate its 10th anniversary in 2023. But it is crucial to pause and consider the value and patterns of China's foreign lending on the world's financial markets before this anniversary. When assessing a policy's efficacy, it is important to take its history into account in order to comprehend its rationale. The year 2012 provides a wealth of information on the BRI's beginnings and achievements over the previous 10 years. But over the years, it seems like the BRI project is falling apart. Over the years, China's geopolitical, diplomatic, and economic ties to the rest of the world were seriously disturbed in 2012. Its territorial and military disputes in the East China Sea and the South China Sea were particularly significant from a strategic perspective. Therefore, the BRI's implementation was a component of a strategic China Goes West plan to reduce direct conflicts in maritime Asia and enhancing interconnectivity on Eurasian land. With the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations, China has to contend with the expanding economic influence of the United States. TPP outlines strict requirements and unrestricted access to markets in contrast to the present Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. In addition to those external factors, China also has acute industrial overcapacity and environmental pollution, and the local economy was the point of collapse. The BRI's greatest success was in creating a supportive and tolerant climate for entrepreneurs and government agencies to look for a path out. Many BRI initiatives and statements show how various China's responses to these economic issues have been. Additionally, China has reinforced and explained BRI criteria that will probably influence how BRI projects are implemented in the future. The BRI's convergence with domestic goals has also improved as it has approached its 10th anniversary. The land-based BRI is closely linked to the growth of Xinjiang and the globalization of Western China among the corridors. The sea-based BRI is intimately related to the Eastern China's maritime growth and the Greater Bay policy around Hong Kong. In addition, China's state-owned companies are increasing their operations and investment in the railways, digital infrastructure, green economy, and building sector. The US-led economic order has a strong global presence. China's attempt to challenge this global mindset is an enormous challenge. It is difficult to learn and adapt to the Chinese cultural, social, and economic system when today's current global norms are so heavily embedded. On the other hand, the BRI highlights the particular power of Chinese capitalism going worldwide. Notably, there is an excellent collaboration between state bureaucracy and business. Additionally, China's SOEs are capable of developing infrastructure, livelihood initiatives, programs for worker training, medical and health supplies, and community development in their entirety. Transparency and accountability are especially challenging when there are multiple parties and interconnected initiatives. The BRI is neither universally or unanimously supported in China, despite the fact that criticism is restricted there. Some segments of society are worried about how it will affect the level of China-US competition or whether the BRI's infrastructure and investment would be wasted. However, the BRI has helped China's core political groups, including local governments that have invested in globalization and advancement, companies that have expanded abroad with state funding, national organizations that have used BRI platforms, and academic groups that have gained exposure, experience, and knowledge about how the world works. Outside of China, BRI host nations have benefited to varying degrees from significant investment, infrastructure development, and loans. Host countries can obtain invaluable knowledge and expertise in infrastructure development and interaction with Chinese money even when projects have fallen behind or have been suspended. The BRI is not a miracle though. It cannot change locations that aren't quite ready to take off. It also cannot entirely resolve China's domestic and international problems. Nevertheless, it has played a significant role in the political economy over the world in the last 10 years and will probably do so going forward. By the way, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. By calculation, approximately 78 nations around the world will receive funding and infrastructure development as part of China's Belt and Road Initiative. It is also Beijing's attempt to transform the globe by providing an alternative vision of development to the US-led international system. As a result, the Belt and Road Initiative is formally designed to demonstrate an open, comprehensive method of growth that is beneficial to all participating nations. Therefore, to criticize BRI is to disapprove of what a rising China is saying to the rest of the globe. However, there is mounting evidence that Beijing's aspirations are not being met by the infrastructure projects, which are also causing controversy in the nations that they were supposed to help. According to the recent World Bank Group study on the BRI transportation corridors, China's Belt and Road initiatives have the potential to accelerate economic growth while minimizing poverty for dozens of developing nations, but it must be supported by significant policy changes that boost transparency and minimize hazards related to corruption. Claims that China operates in so-called debt trap diplomacy have been made in conjunction with its rise to prominence as a global funder. The statement first appeared in 2017 to refer to a deal in which Beijing received a 99-year rental agreement for the Hambantota port in Sri Lanka after the nation fell beneath on debt payments. Since then, it has come to refer to any Chinese project that competes with Western goals, particularly those under the Belt and Road Initiative. Due to the BRI primarily funding construction projects rather than the social sector initiatives that are often supported by massive international investors and Western nations, Western media outlets and senior policy makers seem to believe that China is using the BRI to exercise excess power over the world. As a matter of fact, critics are concerned that China will take control of these resources for military purposes or to gain leverage in upcoming negotiations. In fact, this loan is not even new. China has been offering financial aid and technical support to other nations since the 50s. The actual reason why the BRI is unable to survive is not because of financial traps or predatory lending, but rather a lack of detail-oriented attention and harmony from the Chinese state-owned enterprises and banks, private businesses, and local governments associated. When key ministries tasked with the execution of the BRI stopped demanding project proposal approval for overseas activities in late 2017 and early 2018, the coherence of the BRI was severely weakened. The elimination of such rules lowered an additional layer of project monitoring and quality control and made it simpler for Chinese businesses to participate in projects with foreign contractors and international financial investment operations. Between 2015 and 2022, there was a decline in the quality of value of new foreign contracts signed in BRI nations, while there was a concurrent rise in the amount of non-financial direct investment from Chinese enterprises into BRI countries. In 2016, the total number of new foreign contracted projects reached its peak. However, the total value of newly signed foreign projects did not reach its peak until 2019, showing that even if the number of new projects was declining, their value was rising. As Beijing struggles to decide between repaying the hundreds of billions in loans its businesses and state banks have made and any goodwill it may have gained via this effort, China is now coming to terms with the true cost of the BRI. Now, with all these uncertainties, do you think that this will mark the rise or fall of the BRI? We'd love to know your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like and subscribe buttons. Most importantly, don't forget to click that bell icon to be notified when a new video is uploaded. Also, feel free to leave a remark if you have any recommendations for videos. From No Cap Capitalist, have a great day everyone, and thanks once again.